We'll see how this camera does, because it'll shoot both directions. What I've been doing today is had the kitchen stove wouldn't ignite anymore. Wouldn't make the clicking noise or nothing. So it's fairly common. You can look it up on YouTube, or anything of that matter, because that's what I did. And I kind of knew what was wrong with it anyway, because you'd turn it on, you'd hear the gas, you'd smell it, but it wouldn't ignite. So I thought I was going to have to take the front panel off, because usually it's behind the front panel, because I'm thinking, you know, it's like a washing machine, because I've repaired a couple of those, but it wasn't. And there's a little panel, and it's like 2 bolts, and you pull that panel off, and what you got is it's like an ignition module on your car. Makes it spark. It's like a giant relay, and this is all it is. This is the old one. So they cover it with this, I don't know what it is, but they cover it with that. And this could be original to the stove, although it says it's like 2012. I thought it had been replaced. I don't know if this will read the part number. But anyway, this just clips on there. You just snap it in, and it hangs like this. Take that little panel off right where your power cable goes in. You pull that panel off, and this is called a spark module. And this is basically the same thing that's in your car. It tells your car when to produce a jolt, and that's exactly what this is. When you hear it going, making that ticking noise, tick, 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 woof. This is what's making the ticking noise. So if you have a Maytag or a Frigidaire or whoever else, they probably have this. Whether it's a top mounted one or a range like ours, and then you just you can either, as you take the wires off, put it on the new one, or in my case I just marked it, just marked the positive ones, and then that's how I did it. But on the new module, because it's made for several other models, this module may not look like this. See, it's supposed to be for the 4 burners, but it only runs off the two burner, both burners right and left light off of 1 igniter, so there's only 2 poles that it uses. On the new one there'll be like 1, 2, 3, 4. And if yours is like mine and 1 igniter light's the right side, 1 igniter light's the left side, you just hook it back up like this. Use it like this post and this post, because this is your neutral and this is your hot. So that's about it. You can test these too. I mean, if you want to take and put voltage to this, it'll make this click, and that's how you can test to see if it's bad. But that's what was wrong with our Frigidaire 4 burner gas range. It was $30 some. Took me like, I don't know, half hour parting around. Took more time to get the part than it was to replace it. And basically anywhere from $75 to $100 for a house call. And if it's a big stove, you know, or something like that, they said it can go up to anywhere to $150, $175 an hour. Part was $30, and a new gas line, I think that was like $15. So yeah, had $45 in parts and about a half hour's worth of my time for 1 part. That's it. That's all it is. But they would charge you through the Yazoo for this. And probably a lot of people are like, oh, my stove don't light. Out to the curve it goes. They go out and they buy a new one. I'd love to do that, but no. it's called a spark module or ignition module, anything like that. So that was what was wrong with my Frigidaire stove. Thanks for viewing.